Hello everyone and welcome back to Saiyan Squabbles. I am here once again, Papa Ping Pong, to bring you another deck profile. So this is going to be a more competitive one, a more meta one. We do this every once in a while. We mostly stick with Jank. So this will be a more expensive deck, so if that's not your interest, feel free to click off. But we are going to move forward. So we have the new Surge Son Goku leader. This was my most anticipated deck for this set, and I'm really enjoying it. This and Reboot Hit are probably my two favorite decks to come out of this set so far. I have not played all the decks yet, but I've played most of them. So let's go over this leader. So he's a blue-red leader, and he's got an active battle. When this card is in a battle, choose one extra card in your hand, place it in your drop area, choose one card in your life, add it to your hand, draw one card, and this card gets plus 5k for the duration of the battle. Plus 5k power, and this skill is negated for the duration of the battle. So what I like to do is I like to use this defensively, so if someone swings at me, I like to discard an extra card, take a life, and draw one, and I get plus 5k. You're going to take the damage probably regardless, but you prefer on filling the drop area with multicolor extra cards and drawing additional cards to see more of your pieces. Then he's Awakened Surge. Choose one red card, one blue card from your hand, place it under this card, then restand one energy and draw 3 cards and flip this over. Then we got Ultra Instinct Son Goku, Limit Surpassed. He's got an active main / battle. Once per turn, if your life is at 5 or less, you choose one card under this card and place it in its owner's drop area, choose one. If you have a Universe 7 card in play, draw one card, then your opponent reveals their hand. You choose one extra card or battle card with 35k power or less from it and place it in the drop area. So its second effect is choose 3 multicolor extra cards with different names in your drop area and or warp and add them to your hand. So the first effect is really, really powerful. One, because with Tournament of Power Arena, which is a card in this deck, you're gonna have knowledge for the most part about what your next cards are. So if you really need that piece, you can get that draw on top of negging your opponent one. And if you're about to make a big play, you can use that effect to reveal their hand, and you can do this on their turn as well to remove any like counter plays or any counter attacks or anything like that to secure yourself a win, basically. And then his second effect allows you to recover 3 multicolors, which I don't use as much, but that can clutch games, especially if you're trying to play more defensively. So I think he's a 15k leader. The goal of this deck is to bring your opponent to about 6 life, depending on your matchup. 6 or 4 life. But yeah, so let's get into the deck. We get the boring stuff over with. We run a 2-2 super combo split. The first 2 are Back Bunny Universe 7 Son Goku. If you're at 5 or more life and your leader card is a Universe 7, or if you're at 5 or less life, I apologize, and your leader card is Universe 7, this card gets plus 10k and you draw 1. And since your abilities activate at 5 life, it's kind of nice to be able to stay at that. We got 2 beer super combos. If your leader card is blue or red, when you combo with this during your opponent's turn, you choose up to one of your red-blue multicolor energy and switch to active mode. So, then into the negates, we run 4 Dimension Magic. So, everyone knows Dimension Magic, negate, restand 2. Then, we got 3 Senzu Bean. I wanted to run 4, but I simply cannot find the room for it. So, we're at 3. And for our last negates, we run 3 Topo. This card is seeing less and less play, but I think this is very crucial for up to turn 3 for a lot of decks right now. And like Gohan and Boo. But this deck does really crumble to aggro, so we're trying to find some more outs to that right now, but these are really helping me so far. So, alright, now actually getting into the more themed parts of the deck. We have 4 Tournament of Power Arena. I was originally running 3 of these and 3 Whis, but I figured you'd much rather start with these in hand than Whis, and it gives you an additional extra card to pitch if you need to for your leader effect. So it's a field card. It's permanent. If your leader card is a Universe 7 card, negate the energy exhaust of all your red-blue multicolored cards in any area. So that is very crucial to the deck because most of the deck, I'd argue over half, are multicolor cards. And if this didn't have that effect, the deck would probably be dead on arrival. So, That's still very strong nonetheless. But active main, if your leader card is the Universe 7 card, and you switch this card to rest mode, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, then place them on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So they all have to be top or bottom, but you get to choose in any order. So it's really nice to have the knowledge. You're going to be putting a lot of your multicolored cards on top because your multicolored cards have a recursion effect in the drop area where you can send into your warp and then reveal the top, or draw the top card of your deck if it is a multicolored extra card added to your hand. So you basically get free draws off of that. At first, I didn't think this deck drew too much, but this deck draws quite a bit if you want it to. So next up, we got 2 Whis, like I said. So when you play this card, you search your deck for 1 Tournament Power Arena, and you add it to your hand. Pretty simple searcher. So turn 1, if you have you're going to want to mulligan for a Tournament of Power Arena, and you're going to probably want to charge a mono blue to then play a Tournament of Power Arena. But it's not horrible if you have to do a turn 2. But for our first Invoker targets, we have Golden Frieza, Sovereign Technique. So since Invoker is a new effect, we're going to go over it. When paying the energy cost for a red-blue multicolor extra card, you can switch 1 red-blue multicolor card in your energy to rest mode if your leader, or instead. So basically you play a red-blue multicolor to pay for the entire cost for a red-blue multicolor extra card. Pretty simple. And then auto, if your leader card is Universe 7, when you play this card, you can search the top 5 cards of your deck for a multicolor extra card, add it to your, I should specify a red-blue multicolor extra card, add it to your hand, then you may place the rest on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So we run 2 of those. They're pretty good, and that's probably what I'm going to want to be playing after these ones. So this is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Inspired Technique. He's a 3-drop with Barrier and Deflect and Invoker. Pretty simple. He has a lot of protection because for this archetype, you need one of these on field for the deck to run. If you don't have one of these on field, you can't run the deck, basically, or it's going to be a really, really rough time. There's a lot of outs to Barrier, so just be wary of that, but this is critical to running the deck. So those are our 6 main Invoker targets. Now getting into our extra cards. So first off, we have 4 Combination Attack. This card is stupid good with Invoker. So Active Battle, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less, return it to its owner's hand, then choose up to 1 of your red or blue energy and switch to active mode. So this becomes free when you combine it with Invoker. And returning something 5 or less to the opponent's hand is just pretty freaking great. If you combo out of the first attack too, you can combination attack a different target back to the hand. So next up, for some consistency, we run 3 Tyranny's costs. It's a draw 2 cards, and if your opponent has 11 or more cards in hand, they reduce their hand until they have 10 or more cards in hand. Or 10 or less cards in hand. So, or 10 cards in their hand. They can't do 10 or less. My bad. But it's a tap 1, draw 2 with Invoker, which is just super good. And with Tournament of Power Arena, you're going to be knowing what your next cards are. So, yeah. Pretty simple. Now, for our spicier Invoker stuff, we got 3 Emperor's Death Beams. So, active main or battle, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring Barrier, and it gets minus 30k power for the duration of the turn. That is hitting almost everything in the game. That is incredible spot removal. Even secret rares will be reduced to 10k, and if you want to, you could stack 2 of these on top of a target. And this is applied before combo adds up during the battle. So even if your opponent comboed up to 38 billion, if their base power is 30k or less, it would still be sent to the drop area. So, and then it's active main. I will just say recycling for this active main for the future. But send this card from your drop area to your warp. Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a multicolor extra card, you may add it to your hand. Otherwise, place it on top of your deck. So you send it from your drop area to your warp, and you basically get to potentially draw a multicolor extra card. So then we have 4 Royal Condemnation. This is I'm pretty sure most people's favorite multicolor extra card from this deck. So it's counterplay. If your leader card is a Universe 7 card, if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 8 or less, it is placed at the bottom of its owner's deck instead of being played. So that hits almost everything. Funny enough, the only thing it really doesn't hit most of is Successor. And certain secret rares, I believe, but maybe it hits all of the secret rares, I'm not really sure. But then it's got the recycling effect. But this is your main go-to form of control. Just stalling your opponent out for any big beaters. I've even used it on lower cost cards before, just to deny my opponent to get any advantage. And then I believe our last ones, we got 4 Catastrophic Blow. This card is stupid good. So it's an active main. If you have a red, blue, multicolor Son Goku card in play, or there are no battle cards in your battle area, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So that's just an instant 1 damage. I've never hard casted it for 5 with no battle cards in my battle area, but I'm sure that's bound to happen eventually. And active main, recycling effect. So then for our first of a few win conditions, we got the main Goku target. So this guy's got Invoker. Auto, choose up to 3 of your energy, place them in the owner's drop area. When you play this card from your hand, choose up to 3 cards in your opponent's drop, or 3 cards in your opponent's. 3 cards in your drop area, negate their energy exhaust and place them in your energy. So basically, if you placed certain like multicolor extra cards in your drop area or in your energy that you'd rather have in your drop area to maybe use a leader effect to get them back, you can switch them out. And you negate their energy exhaust, so even regardless, you're restanding 3 energies. So this guy basically becomes a 3 cost, because with Invoker, you can combine him with Catastrophic Blow because he's a red-blue multicolor Son Goku. So you're basically doing 3 damage. On top of his other auto, once per turn, when one of your cards deals damage to your opponent, deal 1 additional damage to your opponent. So that includes even if this card attacks, it deals 2 damage, if you haven't already dealt damage with its effect. So when you play this card and you use 3 Catastrophic Blows, you deal 4 damage. So that's really, really strong, really stupid. Our next win condition, we got 2 Son Goku Instinct Surpassed. So he's Triple Strike, Deflect, which is already insane, and then choose 2 red-blue multicolor extra cards from your hand, or drop area, send them to your warp, choose 1 of your opponent's leader cards, and it gets minus 5k power for the duration of the turn, then switch this card to active mode. And that is not once per turn. This is a new addition to the deck. I've had 2 of these, but I have had a hard time fitting them into the deck. But now that I have, I'm just excited to see these ridiculous plays this guy's able to pull off. But yeah, he can be a triple strike, triple attack, making your opponent 0 power. He's just insane. Especially if you say for turn 7 and maybe get Invoker stuff. I don't know. But that just sounds insane. And then last but most certainly not least, we got the secret rare, Son Goku and Vegeta, Apex of Power. Victory Strike, when you deal damage you win the game. Energy Exhaust, Invoker, active main for 5 energy, so you can play this guy turn 5. If your leader card is a Universe 7 card and you have 5 or more red-blue multicolor extra cards in your drop area, negate the skills of your opponent's non-extra cards in all areas until the end of your opponent's next turn, and play this card from your hand. So even if this card gets Cold Bloodlusted, you still get the multicolor effect off, or the negating all skills except for extra card effect off, because this card is not being played until after the effect is already active, or effect is already live. But just another Victory Strike. At least this one can be negated. A negatable Victory Strike is way better, but your opponent, even when you swing and pass turn, your opponent can't do much with their battle cards. Everything's becoming a beat stick, basically. But yeah, this card is not crucial to running the deck. If you don't have it, simply just run a 4th one of these. I did not have this card until just recently. Shout out to my teammate for, I traded him my Cell X for this. So, he's amazing. Super thankful. But, yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. This is, I still don't know if it's my favorite deck of this set, but this is pretty freaking close. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. More deck profiles are coming. I built like 3 or 4 decks just now, including a post-errated Broly, which I'm having a lot of fun with. So, I will see ya.